Of course you know it. The anxious glance at the price of gas. Monday it's gone down, only to have gone up again by the weekend. And it's almost impossible to be attentive to the changes and try to save money without ending up with an empty tank. We made up with a man who knows how to save, and we asked him how he does it. I put the Fuelsaver in the tank, and in doing that, save between 10 and 20% of my fuel, whether it be diesel, petrol or biogas. Judging by the name, Fuelsaver sounds like something pretty big, but it looks just like a small stick made out of steel. It's a standard steel stick made out of neuroster, which we have energized. It works in a way quite similar to homeopathy. It has a certain frequency, and through the transmission of information, it energizes the fuel. What we are seeing here is, of course, a jump forward in technological terms. We are really just using the free energy. There are already loads of people who are using similar devices to energize the water, and all of homeopathy is based upon this science. And so the stick is just what? Placed in the motor tank, or how does it work? You just simply have to put it in the tank and fasten it there with a wire. We have a short video which shows you how to do it. Or you can take your car to a workshop and have it fixed there to a fuel level sensor. It generally takes around 5 to 10 minutes to do. Now some people are bound to be nervous and saying, I don't really know if I should put something in my motor. I don't really know if it's safe or good for the car. We don't make any changes to the electronics or the motor. It's very safe. On top of the product comes with a liability insurance of up to 4 million euro for the rare occasion where something might go wrong. But so far it's never been used and most likely never will be, because all the stick really does is this. It improves the quality of the fuel. That's exactly what it does. And that just means you can drive further with it. No, there are already 40,000 people using the product today. It's been around for the last 5 years. It originated in Austria, but we are now actively marketing it in Germany, Switzerland and other places around the world. And many larger fleets of vehicles are using it. The Viennese local bus company has had them placed in all their buses and taxis, for example. Are there any cars that can't use the stick with? No, it works in all vehicles. The important thing is that the device actually has to be in the fuel or it won't work. If we are already coming to the topic of savings, tell us how much can we actually save? Are there any figures that you can give us? The lowest saving are around 6%, but we find they generally lie between 10 or 20%. In some cases even 30, but one can easily estimate between 10 and 20. It doesn't take long before you will be noticing those kinds of savings in your wallet. Definitely. It does make quite a difference. For a chartered driver who racks up around 20,000 Ks a year, the saving stands around 600 euro a year. But for trucks, it's around 4, 5, even 6,000 euros a year. It sounds too good to be true. Naturally, we wanted to know for sure, so we asked a person who uses the product whether it's true. As a marketing consultant, I'm often on the road and easily reach around 20,000 kilometers a year through driving. That's a lot. And when did you have your stick installed? I guess around 4 months ago. Did you do it yourself? Yeah, I did it myself. It's really simple. No problem at all, really. Just attach it to the wire and pop it in. And now on the savings. Have you seen whether it has an effect? Definitely. Normally when I drove with a car, I found that I could go around 450, maybe maximum 550 kilometers on a full tank. Since I've had the stick in there, I have managed to get 650 on the tank of fuel. And that really wouldn't have been possible before. Now you've definitely fooled yourself there. Are you sure you are not just driving a bit differently now? Or are you driving exactly the same way as you did before? No, I can't drive any differently. I'm always taking the same routes on the motorway. There in the city I really can't do that much, and I was never really a fast driver anyway. It's always pretty relaxed how I drive. So from that point of view, I drive at my own pace, I guess. If it really works, that would be a considerable saving. It sounds good, but it certainly won't convince everyone, and definitely not immediately. Do you have a lot of critics who say nonsense, that just can't work? Yes, of course. There are lots of people who say that just can't work. To them, I just have this to say. You can test the product under money-back guarantee. That means that they can pop it in their car and test it themselves. And when it comes to larger companies, such as truck fleets, will even do free tests with their vehicles.